The Big Bang Theory wasn't just a TV show, it became a cultural phenomenon. Over 12 seasons, it transformed from a quirky sitcom about nerdy scientists into one of the most beloved comedies in television history. Millions tuned in weekly to laugh at Sheldon's genius yet awkward antics, Leonard's struggles to balance brains and love, and Penny's witty comebacks. But what most fans don't know is that behind the laughter and iconic catchphrases like Bazinga, the cast of The Big Bang Theory had to follow a surprising set of strict and sometimes downright bizarre rules. And here's the thing, these weren't just little suggestions from the producers. These were non-negotiable rules that dictated everything from what the actors wore, to how they delivered their lines, to what food they pretended to eat on screen. In fact, some of these rules were so crazy that even the stars themselves admitted they were uncomfortable and at times frustrated. So if you think you know everything about Sheldon, Leonard, Raj, Penny, and the rest of the gang, think again. Today on Hollywood Star News, we're diving into the shocking, strict, and fascinating rules that the cast of The Big Bang Theory had to follow. And trust me, some of these will completely change the way you look at the show. Let's start with one of the most surprising rules, the wardrobe. Fans instantly recognize Sheldon by his superhero t-shirts, Howard by his bold belt buckles and tight jeans, Amy by her sweaters, and Penny by her girl-next-door outfits. But did you know the cast had no freedom in what they wore? The costume department was extremely strict to keep each character's look consistent for over a decade. For Simon Helberg, who played Howard, this rule was especially tough. His jeans were so tight he once admitted he needed butter just to pull them on. And his quirky turtlenecks and pins, they were so uncomfortable he said he often felt smothered in them. Mayim Bialik, who played Amy, had it just as bad. No matter the season, she was forced into layers of sweaters, tights, and knee-length skirts. Even during summer scenes, she had to dress like it was the middle of winter. The guys weren't safe either. None of them were allowed to grow facial hair. Even in Season 3, when the characters returned from a North Pole expedition, where beards would have been realistic, the producers refused to let them grow real ones. Instead, they made them shave and used fake beards for continuity. But clothing wasn't the only thing under tight control. Improvisation? Completely banned. Unlike other sitcoms where actors sometimes go off script for laughs, The Big Bang Theory had a zero-tolerance policy. The scripts were written like musical scores. Every word, every pause, every line had to be delivered exactly as written. Melissa Rauch, who played Bernadette, once compared it to playing a concerto. You didn't dare miss a single note. Kevin Sussman, who played Stewart, revealed that if a joke wasn't working, actors couldn't just wing it. They had to stop and ask the writers for a rewrite. Still, a few unscripted gems slipped through. Remember when Stewart nervously told Penny, "I love you"? That wasn't in the script, but it became such a fan-favorite moment that his role on the show grew bigger afterwards. Jim Parsons, who played Sheldon, also ad-libbed once when he threw papers in the air, creating one of the most memorable unscripted moments. But with all this pressure to stick to the script, another challenge came up: the science jargon. The science was real, but the actors had no idea what they were saying. Every formula on the whiteboards, every physics explanation Sheldon gave, it was checked by real UCLA physicist David Saltzberg. He ensured authenticity, even filling the background with equations from real research papers. But here's the kicker. The actors themselves admitted they barely understood any of it. Jim Parsons once said that despite all his preparation, most of the scientific lines went completely over his head. Still, his ability to deliver them with confidence is what made Sheldon so convincing. And while you'd think the actors could at least have fun on set, wrong again. Pranks were banned. During Season 6, Johnny Galecki and Kaylee Cuoco, Leonard and Penny, attempted a prank for the blooper reel where Johnny pretended to punch Kaylee, knocking her off her chair. Unfortunately, she hit her head on a real chair and ended up bleeding, needing stitches. After that, producers banned pranks completely, even putting up signs that read, "No fun allowed." If that wasn't enough, their personal lives were also controlled. Kaylee and Johnny dated secretly for 2 years while playing an on-screen couple. They kept it hidden from fans and even from some cast members, sneaking around at Comic-Con and staying in different hotels just to avoid being spotted together. Even their food scenes weren't what they seemed. Those countless dinner scenes with Chinese takeout or pizza, the food was real, but the actors rarely ate it. Why? Multiple takes meant the food got cold, and chewing while delivering lines could cause choking. So most of the time, they just moved food around their plates or took tiny bites before spitting it out between cuts. Kaylee Cuoco even revealed that leftover food was often donated to avoid waste. Of course, another major rule was money, and it caused tension. In the beginning, Jim Parsons, Johnny Galecki, and Kaylee Cuoco earned way more than their co-stars. By season 8, they were making a jaw-dropping $1 million per episode. To help close the gap, the original trio even agreed to take pay cuts so Mayim Bialik and Melissa Rauch could earn more. And finally, one of the strictest rules of all, the show could not go on without Sheldon. When Jim Parsons decided he was done after season 12, CBS wanted more seasons, but the cast and creators agreed it wouldn't be The Big Bang Theory without him. Jim said he was exhausted, dealing with personal struggles, and simply didn't want to continue. His decision marked the end of one of television's greatest comedies. And there you have it, the strict, crazy, and shocking rules that shaped The Big Bang Theory behind the laughter. From fake food, to banned pranks, to million-dollar paychecks, the cast endured a lot more than fans ever realized. Now, here's our question for you. Which of these rules do you think was the most unfair? Was it the uncomfortable costumes, the no improv policy, or the fake food rule? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Hollywood Star News, and ring the bell so you never miss the biggest behind-the-scenes secrets from your favorite Hollywood shows and stars.